Hey guys, Ultra Maximus here. Give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And jump over to Facebook and like my page to upload your video links, pictures, and join the conversation there. Click on the links in the description below.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
Oh, hey, it's the Lone Ranger.
Did you think you'd get away with it? Did you think I wouldn't know? You suck.
Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another retro review, and today we're rewinding it all the way back to 1994 with The Shadow. Now this was one of my favorite figures of the 90s. Actually, I had this figure way back in the day. I loved the movie. It was one of those kind of lower budget superhero movies of the 90s, a la like The Phantom. I don't know why, but I like those two movies a lot, and I still watch them when they come on TV today. And while this figure looks nothing like Alec Baldwin, it was definitely a lot of fun and captured the Kenner movie action figures of the 90s. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So here we have the Shadow in the packaging, and you know, it looks just like it did back in the day. It's a little faded from the sun, probably sitting in a window somewhere. It says the Shadow. We get the movie logo right there. Lightning Draw Shadow is the actual figure here. You get a free hologram ring if you buy two of these figures, but it expired in 1996, so yeah, I can't get it. But there's the Shadow in package, and he's got his two guns, and it looks cool. So yeah, there's the artwork. The Shadow looks pretty cool. Definitely digging that. There he is, looking all kinds of neat. And then there's the little free ring that I can't get. But yes, I kind of want to find it on eBay now. I don't know. But yeah, it says the Shadow. It's got a little write-up of the Shadow. All the other figures in the line. There's the good guys, there's the bad guys, how this works. You got the different vehicles down here, and then the gimmick itself and everything there. So yeah, definitely pretty cool. Just kind of a close-up. The Shadow. And then here are all the other figures that were in the line. Looking cool. They also had this one right here, which is a transparent plastic, but he didn't have the cape or the gun. It was out of package, so I did not pick it up. But there's the write-up. If you want to pause and read that, you are more than welcome to. And then here are the vehicles. Looking all kinds of cool. Yeah, and so those are neat. And then here are the other vehicles. That one's very Batmobile looking to me, which is not too bad. And then yeah, there's the all the accessories and the play gimmicks, all that kind of fun stuff. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get the Shadow out of box and see what we think. And here we have the Shadow out of the packaging, and it is exactly as I remember back from the 90s. It's the standard Kenner type of character where it's got the dynamic posing with the legs. One leg's got to be forward from the other to get it to stand upright. He's got this really cool cape I definitely dig. It's got this, I don't know, there's something about that shimmery blackish red on the cape itself, and then it's very shiny red on the inside, which is very cool. You can actually take the cape off. If you look here, there's a split in the plastic, and you can force this thing off if you pull it back. I don't like doing this, but there it goes. So the cape does, get it to focus. There we go. So the cape does come off, which is kind of silly, but it works for, I guess, looking at this figure. There we go. So yeah, there he is without the cape. He's got his two guns. There is a play gimmick where you kind of squeeze the legs, and I'll show that off here in a bit. He also has some light piping in the hat. So let me go ahead and show that off really quick. if I can get this all focus in here. There we go. We can kind of see it. My hand is all kinds of shaky. Very cool. Oh, there we go. Isn't that fun? Very fun, very cool. Always love a figure with light piping. And then he's got his two guns. I'm going to pull them out of the holsters. They are these, get it to focus. There we go. Yeah, so these are pretty cool. Very well sculpted. I definitely dig them. We're going to put the cape back onto the Shadow here, which I always feel like this was always harder to do than take it off. Hang on. There we go, some off-camera magic. And then you're going to put the guns into his hands, like this. There we go. So, oh, he dropped one. That would have been good. Here, buddy, hold your gun. Hold your weapon. Don't you like your weapon? There we go. And now he's got his guns in his hands, which look very large, and you just, gonna focus. There we go. So you just, yep, it was the 90s, kids. They didn't have a lot going on. And yeah, that's about it for the articulation on this guy. Not much going on, but he does have that fun little play gimmick. And I don't know, he just looks cool. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, I like the sculpt on the figure. It looks like the Shadow. And not so much, I guess, Alec Baldwin, but, you know, he's got a mask, and I guess that covers up. It's very reminiscent to the comic book of that era. I really did dig this series. You know, in the mid-90s, you know, it had that cheesy superhero vibe, like the Shadow and the Phantom. Those type of properties were really fun, and just, you know, they didn't take themselves seriously, which was lots of fun. I love the sculpt on the hat. The eyes are a little dark to see unless you light them up, and all the black plastic, but I mean, he was the Shadow. He was dressed in black, and he was supposed to be hiding and looking very, very mysterious in the shadows. Taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, I like the sculpt of what's going on here. The costume with the buttons down the side, the silver belt, that all looks very good, very leather-like. The guns are cool. They could probably fit a modern Marvel Legends figure. The cape, I really like. I always have. It's got this, I don't know, the shimmery kind of black see-through to the red look. Just looks very, I don't know, magic cloakish to me or something. I've always liked the look of this cape for some reason. In the movie, it was just straight black and then red underneath. And that's, of course, what it's trying to emulate. But, yeah, definitely cool. Definitely digging it. And it looks like the character from the movie. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure. Again, looks pretty good. The leather pants down to the boots, covering over the boots, looks good. The cape, perfect length. I like how it kind of goes around the character or behind the character. The red, the vibrant satin red behind the kind of see-through black. Again, just looks really cool. Very fun, very 90s. There's some characters, some toys that just look better with a cloth cape. This is definitely one of them. I just love the way this looks. I wish more characters had cloth capes, even though, you know, the rubber ones last a bit longer. This definitely looks cool as hell and lots of fun. For comparison, here we have the Shadow next to another 90s figure from Toy Biz. It's the X-Men's Magneto. And the Shadow's actually better made, I think, than Magneto. The sculpt, at least, is better. Magneto's got more articulation, and he does have a play gimmick as well. That has to do with lights. He actually has the little spark thing in his chest, which is fun, and it still works. I like that. I just need to find a cape for Magneto. But yeah, definitely interesting to see Kenner and Toy Biz back in the kind of mid to late 90s. So is the Kenner Shadow from the 1994 film The Shadow something that you want in your toy collection? Well, If you collect figures from the 90s, this might be something that you're after. If you are a Shadow completist, this could be something that you're after. It's usually a pretty easy pass, I think, for most collectors. Me personally, I love the film back in the mid-90s. It was right at my senior year in high school, and I vividly remember picking this figure up at my local comic book store, Comic Carnival. Vividly remember the box and him in it. Love the look of this figure, the cape, the sculpt all looks good. He's got his guns. They made a few variations. There's a crystal clear one, quote unquote, with a blue cape for his invisibility powers. That one never really, I don't think, aged very well. It kind of yellowed out. This particular figure looks really, really good, and I'm so glad to have him back on my shelf after so many years. There are better versions of the Shadow out there if you like the character, but for me, it's all about that nostalgia. So there he is! Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows, from 1994 by Kenner. Hey guys, thanks for watching. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And jump over to Facebook and like my page to upload your video links, pictures, and join the conversation there. Click on the links in the description below.